Now, that's going to lead me right into the next part of our discussion here on page 1, is that the trouble with UDAAP is, in fact, just that it's awareness, but the difficulty really lies within the fact that it's in the gray areas. So when we have regulatory requirements, or we have laws, or maybe even guidance, what ends up happening is we get this idea of what we're supposed to do and maybe what we're not supposed to do. But what happens when the regulations, the guidance, where things are silent? Well, lying in those gray areas where there's no information, a lack of a regulation, commentary, a lack of guidance is where we're going to have UDAAP. And that's where UDAAP risk resides. So the gray area is letter A. What happens then if there's no regulation or no guidance that's been put out formally on behalf of a regulatory body is that it becomes subjective. It's eye of the beholder. And so I look at something and I say, oh gosh, that might be an unfair practice or a deceptive practice, or what you're doing seems to be abusive. That's eye of the beholder. And the trouble with that is letter C, the inconsistent interpretations that you get from one exam to the next, one examiner to the next, one auditor to the next, one employee to the next, and the inconsistent application, whether it relates to the Federal Trade Commission's unfair and deceptive, or the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's unfair, deceptive, or abusive acts or practices. And I'll give you the lowdown on all that here in just a moment. But UDAAP lies in those gray areas. And so here's another way to look at it. Inherently, we probably don't like regulation, but in places maybe we don't want to talk about, we do like it because it gives us an idea of what we should be doing or maybe what we shouldn't be doing. When we get flexibility, when we get latitude to make it up because the regulation doesn't quite say this or that, that's where we have UDAAP risk residing. Again, those gray areas along the way.